Alright, welcome back everybody. So, in the last video we were drawing out this metal. We've got a little bit more to go before it's to the point to where I can roll it in the shape of a ring. So, I'm just going to get right to it and we're going to roll it out some more. We're just trying to get it a lot closer to the end result, which is about 2.3 by probably, what was it, about 3.3, I think? 3.5 is about what I'm going for. Because the dimensions of the gems are 1.9 millimeter by 2.9 millimeters. Alright, and what I usually like to do is I like to measure this thing. I'm starting at 128.2 millimeters in length. The reason why I measure it is because a lot of times when I anneal it, it won't look like it's moved very much, so I like to measure it so that I know that I'm actually drawing the metal out. Because there's been times where I'll be working on a piece of metal and I'll anneal it multiple times and I won't realize, it won't look like it's moved very much. So this is more of a reassurance that I know I'm doing something. This is actually very relaxing drawing out metal, especially when it's like a soft metal like this. It's a lot of fun. Alright, so we're going to be rolling this bad boy out some more. I've got to say, this is probably one of the most satisfying parts of doing all of this. This and setting the stones. I think setting the stones is really satisfying as well. We're almost to a square. Which is the goal. We want to get it square, then we'll work on getting it to a rectangle. So I do this so many times. People don't realize like how long it takes to roll stuff out, because a lot of people just cut right to the finished product in their videos. But yeah, I'll do this probably hundreds of times, and it's not even an exaggeration. I have rolled this piece of metal right here probably like 500 times at least. Let's keep on going with it, shall we? And we've gotten 15 millimeters so far since I had started, which is quite a lot. Alright, so if you're wondering why I'm on the floor, it's because when you're hammering on a table or anything, especially on an anvil, it just makes a lot of noise. So I do it on the floor, so my neighbors don't get mad at me. But anyways, I put a mirror finish on my hammer I got from Home Depot. I needed a hammer to, move some metal, so I got a hammer, put a mirror finish on it. Whatever finish you have on your anvil or your hammer ends up imprinting on the metal you're working with. So this is a really cheap anvil, and I just haven't been able to put a good face on it. So we're working with what we got right now. I was able to put a shiny face on this one, and I can see my face in it. So it's nice. So I've been working on the floor for now. I'll eventually have something nice to put my anvil on, or maybe someday get a bigger anvil, you never know. But right now, we're working on the floor. Thing is looking pretty square though, I can tell you that. Alright, so I've gotten this bar pretty darn close to a square. Now I'm going to start drawing it out so it's wider. So now I've been rolling it through here on each side, trying to get it wide. At the same time, I'm hammering down the sides because I drew it out a little too quick and I had more of like a diamond shape. And I should have corrected that back at the beginning, but I honestly didn't think this bar was going to turn out as good as it did. So I'm pretty happy about it either way. And we're going to have a few more bars of this soon. Definitely gotten way longer since the beginning of this. Beginning of today. And it's gotten a lot longer. Feels like 3 whole cranks on this, even though it's like 2.5. It's getting there. This is pretty much specifically for one ring that I'm making, but I like to make way more than enough just in case I ever need to either repair that ring, or sometimes I usually have enough to make 2. So, I might make another one with this piece of metal, who knows. Alright, so I've been working on this for about 2 hours now. And and it was a 4x4 millimeter diamond shaped, and the length was 123 millimeters. Now it is about 160 millimeters, so we gained about almost 40 millimeters in length, and now it's 3.2 millimeters by 3.9 millimeters, so we're getting a lot closer to the desired dimensions. So I'm going to be cutting it here for today. There's an update on another thing I've been working on. This is my first bracelet I ever made, and it looks pretty good for what it is. You know, I've never made one of these before. The link is stuck. But I'm making a second one. Here's the other one. This is what it looked like before. This is what it looked like after. And I have almost all of these soldered up, and then I'm going to shape them into about the same shape as this. And I'm going to try and line them up and solder them both together. And then stick little like plates in between, like on each link, and then solder those on. I don't know, we'll see if it looks good at the end. I didn't think this would look as good as it does now. You know what? I'm just winging it. The cool thing about this is if I can get these to go together and look symmetrical, then I'm going to be making my first box clasp for this bracelet. That I'm really excited for. If I knew this would have turned out as well as it did, you know, I would have put a lot more effort into it and not done it in the order that I did. I should have shaped each link before I put it together and soldered it, instead of just making, you know, circles and soldering them together. But hey, you know, it's a learning process, and that's what I'm doing this for. I love figuring everything out, and you know, we end up coming out with some really awesome pieces. This is one of the eternity rings that I was working on, and so far all the gems fit, and it's turning out really good. I'm going to be using one of these little tiny engravers, I think they're called. But yeah, I'm going to be using one of these to cut each line in between each prong. And then I made this graver, and this one is way too long. I didn't realize how long it was until I put it in there and I tried to, you know, just do something with it. But it's sharpened, it fits the graver. This is the graver. Whoops. I have one flat side, but I was reading online, and a lot of the people cut these down and then make them how they want. So the next one I make, I'm going to make it a lot shorter, and the next one is going to be rounded. I might remake this one, I'm not really sure yet, but you know, I'm just winging it. And you know, I hope you enjoyed watching this, and I'll see you in the next video.